international violinist Houssam Shahata graduated from the Cairo Conservatory in 2001 with honors, then completed his musical studies at the Maastricht Conservatory in the Netherlands and obtained the High Certificate in Classical Music Studies for the violin in 2005. He participated for the first time as a soloist with the Cairo Symphony Orchestra in 2000 and won the award for the Best Talented Musician. As a soloist, he was awarded at the International Distinguished Classes in the Netherlands in 2001 and also received a 2-year grant from the Austrian government to study classical music. His report includes a big number of Baroque music compositions up to the 20th century, in addition of winning the State Encouragement Award for Arts in 2015. Houssam Shahata's latest concert was held at the Cairo Opera House, accompanied by the international harp player Manal Mohyeddin, where they played together some Oriental and international compositions, including The Theme of Love, The Preacher by Omar Khayrat, Sonata for Violin and Harp by Donizetti, Passionate Waltz by Tchaikovsky, Milonga by Piazzolla, some variations on the works of Rossini by Chopin, and the Carmen Fantasia by Bizet, aside of other musical pieces. Well, Dr. Houssam, first of all, I would like to welcome you on Nile TV, and it's a great honor to have you today. The performance today was recital with Dr. Of course, Manal, and what a beauty of the two instruments entwining together and giving the sentimental voices for the audience who really appreciate your playing today.
Thank you, thank you.
So tell us about the rehearsals.
Well, the rehearsals for such a program, of course, it takes quite a long time. First of all, it's the first step, of course, to set the program, which is something not complicated but quite difficult, just to adjust to the taste of the audience, what would they like, and also the formation that we would like to have. So that took us quite some time, and then after this, just to set the time for the rehearsals, which took quite some time. It's hard work.
the mix of the merge was very beautiful because both instruments are so sentimental. They give this sound. They can take you to dreamy memories. They can take you back even on a trip of your own.
Yeah, yeah, this is true. We tried in this program just to put some how to call it, something like a suite, special suites for the audience, by of course the great our great Egyptian composer Mr. Omar Khairat, and we did this love tema and الداعية just in a way that it's as a one piece, which is some kind of arrangement that Dr. Manel helped me a lot with that.
So you started your career since you were 10 on the conservatory, and then you traveled to have your master's again with the classic music, and then you came back like Merjan and presenting. Tell us about this educational, cultural exchange that you've been through, and of course performing here and there inside Egypt and outside Egypt.
Well, actually, I started playing the violin since I was 7 years old. I started in the Cairo Conservatorium by Dr. Hassan Sharara, and then I studied also in the Cairo Conservatorium with several different teachers as Professor Irakli Prezi. And then I got my bachelor. Later on, I traveled to get my master from Maastricht in Netherlands, and after that I got my PhD from Vienna University. Then I came back to Egypt. I was the ex-concertmaster of Cairo Symphony Orchestra and the soloist as well. I performed a lot of concerts in Poland, Russia, Germany, Spain, Netherlands, and some other countries. I was that lucky that some of my performance was recorded in the radio. I got special prize in Holland as the top talent of and soloist of the master classes, and also I got prizes here in Egypt as well, the incentive prize, and I got also the creativity prize by His Excellency President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, Sharm el-Sheikh. Yeah, I played in many different halls, famous hall. The most famous one is Berlin Philharmonic. I played with the orchestra there.
So it's a huge, successful road that you've been through in a bath, of course. But if I tell you, what did the violin add to you, and what did you add to her?
Well, actually, because I was born in a musical family. My mother and my father is a musician. I was attending with them since I was very little. The rehearsals for the orchestra. They were participating in Cairo Symphony Orchestra since I was very little, and I got this passion for the music, and I loved playing violin so much. So in a way, you can say that it's a kind of life. It makes me feel alive to play the violin.
What if I ask you, what's your biggest dream? I think you've been here and there. You almost did also your own compositions. So tell us what's missing. What's your dream of?
Of course, as any musician, my dream is just to get better and better and perform many concerts. And also, my dream is just to. I'm teacher. I'm professor teaching in Cairo Conservatorium. And my dream just to pass all my knowledge to my students and to have a generation that they know and they have the knowledge, and to be able to play and perform with all this what I got from Egypt and from abroad.
So since you are now one of the biggest soloists, so what do you tell the other generations that they want to learn from the generations as you, that they had engraved their own path in the music, in the classic music field?
Well, first of all, you have to practice, because this is how it works in anything. And also just digging for more information and to know how things are working. And of course, now it's much easier than it was when I was little, because now you have all the social media, like YouTube, for example, that you can learn a lot from this. So I would recommend them and advise them just to use all the possibility to learn more and to have this passion to play better.
the difference between playing in the symphony or being apart from the orchestra or playing alone like a soloist? Is it so stressful?
Well, both of them is the same stressful if you want to just to play as good as you can. But let's say that playing in the orchestra is more like a teamwork. Of course, in my case, it was a bit different because I was in the same spot. I was the ex-concertmaster of the Cairo Symphony Orchestra, which means that I play some solos. I'm responsible about the orchestra after the conductor, so it's a huge responsibility still. But I would say that playing as a soloist is just it's a big stress. It's bigger stress. It needs more commitment. It needs more practice. It needs to be prepared for everything, just to achieve as much as you can.
Can we see you adding some a twist in the violin, like maybe conducting some pieces, composing other international pieces, very well-known pieces with your playing, or maybe composing your own?
Well, you never know. I don't know yet, but maybe. I don't know.